Today I'm going to show you how to update your online writing portfolio to include your This I Believe essay. That's going to mean that we're going to be adding a page. I'm going to show you how to change the theme if you're interested in doing a little bit more design work with your online portfolio, and then also how to edit your pages. So let's get started. First, you're going to go to students.weebly.com and sign in. It's the exact same place we went when we originally created our analogy for who we were as a writer. Once you sign in, you'll select Edit Site, and this will bring you into the edit mode for your page. Across the top of the screen, you'll notice a number of different menu items. You'll have Build, which will give you the design elements and the menu over on the side here to help you build particular pages and the elements found on each of those pages. You'll also have Pages, which is what we're going to be using today to add a page. So if you've kept the theme the same along the across the top here, you'll have your home as your only page. We're going to be adding a page, so it'll show up here as well. You can change your theme, meaning your colors, the way the layout's done, how pictures are shown, if you want to get into more of the design elements. And then Settings changes your privacy settings. So if you want your web page public, if you want only certain people to see it. And then these options over here switch so that you can see how it looks like on a computer versus how it looks like on a mobile phone. And you can design your page using either of those. Most of the time we'll probably stick in desktop because that's how we're accessing the site, but you can play with it. All right, so let's add a page for our This I Believe essay. To do that, you're going to click on Pages at the top, and then the plus sign for where it says Add Pages. We're going to add a standard page, and you're going to title that page either Personal Essay or This I Believe. It's your choice. And then you can select how the page looks. When it says header here, it's asking you what you want the top of the page to look like. Do you want a large image? Do you want no header? A splash page, which is an image that takes up the entire page? You can play with it. For the most part, you're probably going to choose either header or no header. Depends really on if you want a picture on the top of that particular page. Visibility, if you're not ready to hit publish so that the public can read your essay and you're in edit mode, you can actually change it so that it has a site password so that only you and I can see it. But most of the time, since this isn't linked to a search engine quite yet, the only person who really is going to be looking at it so far is just you. So you can probably leave it on public. And then SEO settings is something we're going to get into a little bit later in our course, which is how people find your site and how you track who's looked at your site. For right now, though, you could probably leave it as it is. When you're ready, you hit done, and you're going to notice that now it adds it into the menu here, and it adds it over in your navigation bar on the top of your page. You can change the order if you want to. So by changing the order here, you'll notice it changes the order as they show up on your page. For the most part, my guess is for now, you'll probably leave your personal essay so that it shows up second after the home page. Now, we need to build that particular personal essay page. So when I click on when I click on publish, it'll save what I've got so far. And then I can go back into build mode. So if I click on home, you're going to notice down below I have my original writing piece. Now when I click on personal essay, I'll have probably the same header show up, but I've got that blank space exactly as I had it before. So you could do a couple of things here. You can, if you want to change this image around, kind of like what we had done originally, you can do that. You can delete if you don't want anything here. You can add buttons here. You can add more photos on top of it. It's completely up to you. But the big piece that we want to do is actually add in your essay. So to do that, you're going to go over to the side here. You're going to grab text, just like we did before, and drag it. And then that's going to give you a space to actually add in your essay. You can get fancy with it. So if you want to add a title right above it, so a title for your essay, notice how that light blue line across the top is highlighted. That means that I'm going to drop a title box right above the essay. So there's my title. So I could title this whatever I titled my essay, or maybe this I believe. And then I can add my essay in here simply by cutting and pasting. If you want to add images, you absolutely can, but you don't need to. And then when I hit publish, that's going to ensure that my This I Believe essay shows up in the correct space on my site. Now, I can also play with the theme or the overall look of my page if I want to personalize it. To do that, I click Theme at the top. You're going to notice you can change the overall color of it by changing the theme itself. You'll get a bunch of different options for the type of layouts, and you can absolutely change it so that it fits what you might want it to look like. You're going to notice that there are actually quite a few themes. That's actually why it's taking so long for it to load on my computer at the moment, because there are a lot of different options. So you can change the overall look of your entire portfolio in one click. Most of the time, you'll be using either the portfolio options here or personal, because those fit the writing that we're going to be adding to our site. So by simply clicking on them, you'll bring up so you can see like the different options and the layouts. You can even too, when you head back to your main theme page or your main dashboard page, you can keep the same theme, but if you wanted to change the fonts, so here's our site title here, and if you don't like that font, I can change it so that it's a different font. I can change it so that it's a different size. I can change it so it's a different color. I can change the spacing. There are a million things that I am able to change when it comes to the look of the site. So have fun, play around with it, figure out how you want to make this site yours. You want to make sure that you have your personal essay added up by the end of our class on Friday.